The score, San Francisco 31, Dallas 14. Stay tuned for the Dockers halftime as this Fox NFL special will continue after this message and a word from your local Fox station.
"100% cotton, wrinkle-free Dockers."
And welcome back to Candlestick Park here in San Francisco, California for the Dockers halftime of this NFC Championship game. A first half that saw San Francisco capitalize on 3 Dallas turnovers to go ahead and lead it at the half 31-14. And Terry, it started on the opening drive by Dallas.
Eric Davis, this is his second interception in 2 weeks. Right off the bat, Troy Aikman couldn't drive with his right leg. Foot gave away. Nothing on the ball. Interception right off the bat. 49ers up by 7. Back comes Young, pumping left. Looking for Taylor, looking for Rice, looking for Jones. Finding Waters down the right sideline. Great effort by Waters, 29 yards. 14-0 now. 49ers. William Floyd off right tackle. 21-0. All 3 touchdowns coming off of 3 turnovers by the Cowboys. But then comes back Aikman. Good footing punt. Down the left side, we said you cannot cover him man for man. Put 2 people on him. He'll go in and out on him. Touchdown pass. This closes the gap down to 21-7. Emmitt Smith, if he's got a full hamstring, he wins the early Oscars. And I got a head full of hair.
Early Oscars.
Early Oscars. 21-14.
What a way to close out the first half by Steve Young.
Steve Young, this is one of the greatest passes I've ever seen. Perfect timing. Jerry Rice back corner. Should have been pass interference. 31-14. Chris Bono had missed a field goal that would have made this game a closer game than it was. But so far, you take the first 8 minutes of the game, set them aside, and what you pretty much have is a 14-7 Cowboy lead. 3 turnovers in championship games you cannot have if you expect to win.
And what you find out is an opportunistic San Francisco team in that first half capitalizing and leading at 31-14 at the half here in San Francisco. Well, the right for the visit to the Super Bowl was also battled for in Pittsburgh today. San Diego came from behind, but Pittsburgh looked good early.
Neil O'Donnell coming out. Dennis Gibson trying to cover the back. John L. Williams, 20. That's a 16-yard touchdown. Opening drive covered 13 plays and 57 yards. But back comes Humphries. He finds a wide open Afre Pupunu for 43 yards to tight end. Wide open, 13-10. Steelers by 3. But now comes back Stan Humphries again out of Southwood High School in the great city of Shreveport. Tony Martin, 43-yard touchdown. This makes San Diego a 17-13 lead. Down go the Steelers, driving down the field in the closing minutes of the game, JB. Neil O'Donnell, 4th down, 1 yard to go, back foot, no good. Dennis Gibson, who had been beaten earlier, knocks the ball down. Pittsburgh upset by San Diego.
Hats off to that San Diego defense that did a nice job on Barry Foster, limiting him to 48 yards in the first half. Okay, our Eric Clemens caught up with Stan Humphries after the game and talked to Humphries about whether or not the Chargers have finally earned the respect that they think they deserve.
I hope they can give us some credit, but I doubt it. The AFC hasn't won a Super Bowl in so long, so, you know, we probably got no shot this way. We'll probably be 14, 15, 16 points underdogs, but that don't matter. We're there. We've proved it to ourselves and to our fans, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, one thing I hope our players understand is that just remember this feeling, because it's worse than our last 2 years. I can't even imagine doing this again.
All right, well, hats off again to San Diego that will be making its first ever Super Bowl appearance. Back to this game, Jimmy. My goodness, it looked like Dallas had battled its way back into the picture. Questionable play calling by Dallas down the stretch.
Well, JB, you know, the touchdown at the end is large. I mean, Dallas was right back in the ball game. They get the football with only about 40 seconds left in the game, deep in their territory. You know, coaches in this league, they're going to run out the clock. They did not have a single running play to put some time off the clock. 3 incomplete passes, a bad kick with bad footing like we talked about before the game started. And it ends up San Francisco gets a touchdown that puts them up. It's humongous for the momentum and for the psychological feeling of these teams.
And again, Howard, we talked at the top of the show about Dion singling up on Harper, just as you call it, and Aikman throws away, and those are the mistakes.
Yeah, early on through to Michael Irvin into the double coverage with Eric Davis. But, you know, the big thing to me is that Jimmy mentioned 3rd and 10 down on the goal line. A difference in philosophy of coaching. Steve Young goes to what got him there. Jerry Rice in the end zone. They run a draw on 3rd and 10. The Cowboys in the red zone. A catastrophically bad call.
Terry, was that the knockout blow by San Francisco?
Well, the Cowboys never have been known to be great clock managers this year. And then once again, that to me was some stupid play calling.
All right, Cowboys pay the price, trailing 31-14. When we come back, we'll be talking with Doug Williams, Super Bowl MVP from Super Bowl 22.
Wait till you see the action tomorrow. Think these guys are rough. Wait till you see the action tomorrow night on a 2-hour Melrose Place. Some people will do anything to get what they want.
What are you doing?
Even murder.
Cut her open, Doctor. That's an order.
Fasten your seatbelt for the must-see episode of the year.
No!
A 2-hour Melrose Place tomorrow at 8, 7 Central. Everyone will be watching.
Heather and I are like this. We're tight.
Oh, right. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
Catch, touchdown! He's gone! Touchdown!
It is. Yes! He held on to the ball!
He's going to go! Oh, man, he's going on! Pass caught by Clark! Clark got a touchdown! The greatest season in NFL history.
In this 75th anniversary season, when once again fans attended games in record numbers, NFL owners and players have a message for all football fans.
Second half of this NFC Championship game just a few moments away, but it gives me a lot of pleasure as we welcome you back here to welcome Doug Williams, MVP from Super Bowl 22 with the Washington Redskins. Gosh, Dallas trailing big. You've been in that situation before in Super Bowl 22. What's important for Dallas to come back?
I think it's going to be awfully hard for Dallas to come back. I think the last TD to Rice was kind of like a knockout punch. I think if they'd held them to a field goal, there's a possibility they could have come back. And I'm not counting them out, but I think what has happened now, the San Francisco 49ers got a hold on it coming back the second half. See, we took the lead in the second half. We went in with it, and that's what San Francisco has right now.
There are some who may say, wow, Doug's got Dallas Cowboy colors on that hat there. What is that?
Nah, that's the World League over in Scotland Claymores, and I'm going to be coaching over there. And that's one reason why I'm going. Give me an opportunity, but also give a lot of young guys who can play in the league but really haven't been seen, and that's what the league is going to do for a lot of people.
You'll be the receivers coach. Real quickly, Steve McNair, first-round draft choice. Can he do it?
Without a doubt. I think he's a franchise player. If you want a franchise quarterback, Steve McNair is one of them.
All right, we're looking at a franchise quarterback, Steve Young, and the 49ers, and we'll be taking you back to the second half of this NFC Championship game right after this.
This first half highlight is brought to you by MCI, proof positive.
Yeah, and it starts off with a defensive highlight. The highlighted guy there is Eric Davis, and he's really the guy who got the 49ers started. He's on Michael Irvin. Here he looks like he's playing man-to-man, comes off on a zone, sees that out coming towards him, jumps that ball, and gets the first big play and touchdown for the 49ers.
And that one really got the 49ers off running.
Yeah, and then he got another turnover on a strip to Michael Irvin, and then the 49ers got a third turnover, and that became 21 points quickly.
And then he got an interception just before the end of the half. To compare Aikman and Young, Troy 11 out of 21, Steve 9 out of 20. 2 touchdowns for Steve Young. That last one to Jerry Rice. Aikman hit Irvin for one of the Dallas touchdowns. Jerry Rice, you can contain him just so long.
Yeah, and and they played right into their hands. I mean,
Yeah.
The 49ers took a timeout and meant that they had to go to the end zone. So if you're going to have to go to the end zone, you may as well go to Jerry Rice, and he got one of his 2 catches, and of course it was a touchdown. And you see what Michael Irvin has done in the first half.
If you have Jerry Rice, and if you know they got to take a shot at the end zone, why don't you double him?
Yeah, I would do something to him. I mean, I wouldn't leave a